Okay, so you have learned the roles, the meetings, the artifacts, and the traps. You watched the full sprint play out and saw what happens when things go wrong. Now, I guess you know more about Scrum right now than most non-technical professionals learn in their first 3 months of the job. So what's the problem? But knowledge you do not act on becomes knowledge you forget. And the difference between the person who finishes a course and the person who walks into Monday's meeting ready is not talent. It's what? It's a preparation. So let me give you a 3-step meeting preparation. The simplest preparation system you will ever use. It works for any Scrum meeting every time. Okay, are you ready? Step 1. Know the format. Before you walk into any meeting, know which meeting it is and what is designed to do. Sprint planning is a commitment meeting. The Daily Scrum is a 15-second sync per person, 15 minutes in total. The sprint review show and tell for stakeholders, and the sprint retrospective is structured improvement. If you know the purpose before you sit down, you will never feel lost. Step number 2 is to prepare your update. 2 minutes of preparation before meeting eliminates 10 minutes of anxiety during it. Every Scrum meeting asks something of you. So, in Daily Scrum, it is the 3 question. In a sprint planning, it is knowing what you can realistically deliver. In the sprint review, it is having your completed work ready to show. Prepare that before the meeting starts. Step number 3. Ask 1 question, not 5, 1. The person who asks 1 good question is the most valuable person in the room. You already have the questions from this course, like can we confirm what done looks like for this item? That's in the sprint planning. Should we take that offline so we can stay without 15 minutes time box? That's for the Daily Scrum. Does this meet the need in the sprint review? Pick one, use it. This is how people remember you walked in prepared. So, first you have to know the format. Then you have to prepare your update and ask 1 question. That is your prep for every Scrum meeting from now on. Now let me give you your first week. If you do nothing else from this course, do these 5 things this week. Okay? First, fill in your role clarity card. Write the actual names of the people playing product owner, Scrum Master, and developers on your team. If you cannot fill it in, that tells you exactly where the confusion starts. Second, write your first Daily Scrum update using the 3-question format. What did I complete yesterday? What will I work on today? And what is blocking me? Say it out loud and time yourself while doing it. Keep it under 30 seconds. Third, draft 1 user story for a task you currently working on, and use the format as a who, I want what, so that why. If you cannot picture the person it is for, rewrite it until you can. Fourth, set up your section of the board. Whether your team uses a whiteboard or digital tool, place your sprint item in the right columns. To do, in progress, done. Make your work visible. Fifth, attend the sprint retrospective with 1 insight. Name 1 thing that went well and 1 thing that slowed the team down. You need an observation. That is how you contribute to the team's getting better. 5 actions, 5 minutes each. 25 minutes total. And by the end of your first week, you will have done more to engage with Scrum than most team members do in their first month. Okay? Next, Below this video, I want you to download the first sprint checklist and the Scrum jargon translation card. Keep both on your desk from day one. The checklist tells you what to do, the translator tells you what everything means, and together they are your companion for the first 2 weeks. Complete the checklist tonight. Not tomorrow, but tonight. And why? Because the person who finishes this course and acts the same evening is the person who walks in the morning, Monday's morning ready. Okay? In the next video, I want to share something even more specific you can do in the next 24 hours. 5 micro actions that locks in everything you just learned before you go to sleep. I'll see you there.